What an absolutely crazy day it has been for AMC. The stock literally made a huge comeback. Not only did it recover completely from yesterday's dip, but it also somehow managed to rise above Monday's closing price. The stock is becoming increasingly harder to short even through the naked shorting hedge funds implement daily. It is important to know that today's rise was all technical based, meaning there was no news or catalysts that gave rise to the stock. As I said in my previous videos, hedge are soon going to have to start dividing their efforts in order to be more effective as they attempt to drop prices. This is due to the fact that the buy order volume on AMC stock is repeatedly and consistently growing past 3. AMC is seeing a surge of investors come in below $10 since the stock does not like to consolidate below it. The only reason we are trading here is because the hedge took advantage of an overall red day a couple weeks ago and effectively attacked on weakness. They have managed to maintain to a degree the price below 10, but as today shows, this is not a sustainable strategy. People are buying the dip because more and more evidence suggests that we are nearing the squeeze that will potentially move AMC to a ridiculous high price. What is most alarming to me is how in all of this, the press has not mentioned AMC at all. We are seeing more volume than ever since its initial squeeze this January, and I do not see anyone talking about it. Furthermore, the only websites that constantly talk about AMC are the Motley Fool, which never misses an opportunity to bash and cast a negative spotlight on the stock and its traders. Now, we have talked many times about the rising short interests in AMC. Today, the short interest rose over 26%, marking a monumental challenge for shorters. Through Ortex data, we know that the short interest had a 49% change. We also know that it was reported that utilization rose to 100%. However, I do want to point out that I believe the number is actually much higher than this. We know that there are a lot of phantom shares being sold daily, and we know that hedge funds are shorting these through put options and borrowing shares. The utilization on AMC could easily be over 200% right now easily. Think about it, when you look at the buy and sell order flow data, and see that AMC constantly has a buy volume much higher than the sell, yet for the last 2 weeks AMC has struggled to move over $10. AMC today demonstrated two things that are important for every trader to know. 1. It's becoming increasingly harder to short AMC, which means hedge funds are going to start to employ different strategies to maintain the price below $10. Expect all kinds of manipulation in the near future. And 2, the trader base of AMC is not selling. They are buying and taking advantage of the price dips when they come. It is impossible to predict market hour performance of AMC, but we are almost always right in predicting pre-market performance. GameStop managed to more or less maintain and consolidate today. It didn't move a lot, hence why there wasn't a lot to talk about. However, I do want to note that GME price action was very bullish. It managed to hold, and just because it didn't pop like AMC doesn't mean it underperformed. We know GME stands as the Achilles heel of hedge funds. I know they attack that stock way more aggressively than AMC, and the fact that it refrained and refused to drop gives me confidence in the stock. Overall, today marks an incredible day where intimidation and manipulation lost. Traders are not scared and see through it all. It's only a matter of time before it blows up, and I am ready for it. With that said, let's recap on today's performance for both stocks so we have an idea of where we will move tomorrow pre-market and where we are likely to expect support and resistance. AMC had a huge blowout upon market open. The most interesting part is that it maintained that high, consolidating around 9.50. The real shocker today came at 2 p.m., when AMC surged again all the way to closing hours to a price of 9.78. Looking and comparing charts, we can conclude that support for AMC built at 9.70, at 9.50 and 9.41. I have mentioned before that AMC builds support and resistance for the most part in 10-cent differences. This is extremely bullish because it presents a challenge for shorters to vertically dip the price more often than not. The price managed to steadily climb after its short consolidation period, moving to a high of 9.81. AMC closed at 9.78, which was just insane to me. There are only 2 resistance lines worth of consideration right now, and those are at 9.80, which will easily be broken pre-market tomorrow, and at $10. Guys, I am very certain tomorrow we move back into $10, at least pre-market, given hedges don't pull a colossal scheme to stunt the price. That is all you guys need to know about AMC right now. We move over 10 tomorrow pre-market. I am almost in tears right now. On the other hand, GameStop traded pretty well pre-market. Upon market open, the stock moved over 160 before dipping down and consolidating around 158. The stock moved back down to 156 before AMC's surge boosted GME to move up to 158 again. GME should trade between 156 and 160, and I am leaning on pre-market action above 160 at the movement. The last 2 hours of GME trading hours were just too bullish. Overall, technical analysis was short today because volume and market price action were too bullish, and the only patterns I deduced have both AMC and GME moving up and breaking today's highs. I want to leave you guys on this optimistic note, so please subscribe if you are new, and for the love of God leave a like on the video. Consider dropping a pledge on my Patreon if you are a big fan of the show. The funds will be used to upgrade my equipment. With that said, thank you for making it to the end of my video, and I will see you at the moon tomorrow.